Hello, Gefest.
Hello. Yeah, how is your day?
Uh, Not too bad, thanks. Not too bad. I'm finally finished work, so I'm happier now.
Nice. Yeah, so you got some free time now.
Yes, yes. How about you? How's your day been?
Yeah, day's been good. I just got a little bit late, just a couple of minutes late because of the class. I think, well, there was a coached event, scrims in Europe.
Hmm.
That's why. But I still can stay for a full hour. It's all good. It's all good. So
Okay.
yeah, so we can pretty much start with, I think, going over the goals. I believe I did send you the form, and we have a few
Yeah.
sessions as well. I believe we kind of can start with a one session, and then later I think it's good if we do the follow up, and then we just do a quick overview on how to practice effectively and such. I will spend some extra time on that part as well later, but we kind of can start with just establishing the goals. Maybe if you have enough time, we also can do a live game where you can try to play
Hmm.
and see how is everything, see how is the process. Yeah, how is the
Yeah.
your play on the character. Yeah, that sounds good to you.
Yeah. No, that's perfect. Yeah.
Perfect, perfect. Then let's look at the summary. Well, just your goals list. Okay, I'm just gonna open this up, and yeah, I believe I sent you this one here. And yeah, gonna find your name. Just found it. Okay, here we go. So what you mentioned so far is, yeah, in terms of expectations, trying to learn and understand how you can improve your skills within the game to be able to climb further in rank. You realize that you've been encountering issues with progressing and ranking up, and your long-term goals are just climb to gold again. Yeah, long process to diamond or higher. Nice, sounds good to me. Yeah, definitely doable. I think. Why not? It's definitely possible. And you think
Mm.
you need to work on pushing the point and distractions without dying. Interesting. So,
Yeah.
can you
The
elaborate on
risk.
that?
Yeah.
Yes. Hmm.
Yeah. So, but when we have the point, a lot of the time when we're defending, it's a lot easier to keep the point. I find, especially with Doctor Strange, and you're working with your team and comms. But what I find specifically, what's quite hard with Doctor Strange, and I know I'm not really supposed to be doing it as a mainline tank, is trying to push. But the problems that I have encountered is that without trying to push with Doctor Strange, a lot of the times we don't get onto the point, and that's when either I'm doing solo queue, or if I'm in a double or a triple queue. A lot of the times I have to do that. I think some of that probably not memory muscle, but some of that like knowledge of how I've done things in the past is probably when I used to play Overwatch 1 a long time ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
um, so I used to play like Winston and Roadhog and things like that,
Nice.
which, but yeah, that's my biggest thing. I know that most of the time the DPS is supposed to be, trying to chop damage to allow you to push and then maintain space. But I feel like I need to like be a bit more aggressive, just to help with us getting on the point a bit quicker.
Makes
Because
sense.
otherwise, we do tend to struggle a lot.
Makes sense. Makes sense to me. Yeah, and that's the usual thing on any tank. Really need to absorb pressure in the right space. And I think a lot of people on tank they struggle with just maybe exactly doing that part effectively, walking in, taking space, and making sure the attention goes to you. And meanwhile, your team can capitalize over it. So yeah, I can definitely watch, and I can relate as well. Well, I've been coaching Overwatch for 7 years and playing Overwatch 1, Overwatch 2, so there are going to be a lot of similarities, to be honest, and what you got to do with tank. Most of the concepts, especially fundamentals, all of the fundamentals can transition to the tank role in this game, especially remember those times when we had two tanks in Overwatch. Yeah, it was
Mm.
really, it's the same thing here. We got sort of off tank and main tanks as well together, and with the main tank, you can absorb more pressure. With the off tank, you can just still, yes, you take space, but your engagements are more bursty. The spikes of pressure are basically you have bigger spikes of pressure, you can do more damage, you control the space with damage, and you cannot you cannot absorb as much of the enemy attention compared to main tank, but still doable. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I can take a look. Okay, and we let's see it's some what else you mentioned. So yeah, your role is the tank. And for the characters though, so what kind of characters you play? I think you mentioned that you want to look at the Doctor Strange. Is that what you play for the most part?
Yeah. Yes, Doctor Strange is my primary tank. Or Vanguard. So I use Doctor Strange. I have been using Bruce Banner now and then when people want to get the team up for Iron Man. So I have started getting a bit more familiar and used to him. There were some games where I'll be um, Bruce Banner, and then as Hulk, I would notice what my health was like, and then I'll retreat. Or if I went into Bruce Banner form, I would then quickly get out somewhere and try and hit from a distance, like flanking, and then throwing the grenade to increase my speed to become Hulk again. Other tanks that I
Yeah.
have played, I used to play 4 in season 0, but I found that uh, I either he just feels a bit weaker to me, or people have got used to 4 a little bit. Um, I know his ult he can't be CC'd, but he is
Yeah.
definitely a bit more violent. And the other person I have played quite a bit, I suppose, is Magneto. But most of the time, it is Doctor Strange that I do play as my
Hmm.
main primary tank.
Do you enjoy playing Doctor Strange the most at the moment?
I do, yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I think that's what matters the most, to be honest. That's what I would recommend maybe with those sessions. We can just focus on one character mainly, so we get the most value out of everything and just learn, go over the micros a little bit more. Of course, we can do more sessions later, those to cover other characters too. I think we can cover something like Hawk. We can definitely, maybe you want to do Thor, it's also possible to do so. Definitely doable. Just there's a difference with the tanks. If you got mobility, you need to abuse that. You need to set up somewhere on. If you got a lot of mobility, you need to take deeper angles, kind of. But we're gonna talk about that more if we
Yeah.
need to. Okay, yeah, I'm playing PC, solo queue, duo queue, 2 4 hours per day. That's good. You also reviewing your gameplay sometimes too. Yeah, it's nice. Currently silver 2. Okay, and yeah, I think.
So
Mhm.
yeah, so just to elaborate on that, I've got 2 accounts. My primary one is what I play with one of my friends. So we tend to do a duo setup, team together, and I only play compet with him when he's on, which is normally Sunday or Monday.
Oh yeah,
And then I have another account which I have played with other people now and then. So I've put 3, but mainly it's actually me doing solo queuing or duel again. Most of the time though now it's kind of like solo queue on that one. So I'm silver 2 on my alt account, and I'll get back to using that one. Uh, this week. And then my primary account, which I play Sunday and Mondays, I'm now gold free on that one.
makes sense. Yeah, makes sense to me. Okay, is there anything else you want to mention maybe before we start looking at your replay? I think it's gonna be a good to start with one first. Yeah, is there anything else you want to
Um,
mention?
so whilst I have said that I am primary tank focused, I obviously notice that sometimes other people keep changing their roles in the game, so I have to keep changing. But so I can play both DPS and support, but my main focus is tank.
Yeah, yeah, I recommend if possible, even though there are some changes going on, rather try to lean towards what you're comfortable with and try to play more because the Loinsium, of course, there's some games where you have not a deal comp, but the most games, because you actually invest in time on building the habits, you're gonna win more games based on that, and actually, it's fine. With the tank role, well, it's kind of been similar in Overwatch 1. If you remember, a lot of people they're
Mm,
trying to feel and such, and it's usually not a good strategy because first you might build conflicting habits because you play multiple roles, and with each role There are different habits you have to build. For example, on tank, you have to push up take space a lot. And imagine you play 10 games on tank, you switch to support, suddenly in support you start playing like tank because you've been doing the tank
Yeah.
stuff, yeah? And that's why I highly suggest just playing one role is good, even though sometimes, yes, you get the not the deal comms, but in the long term you win more. Actually, the long term value is really nice. Of course, there are cases, well, maybe you enjoy the other character from other role. Yes, it's fine, you can play that character too, you're comfortable with that as well. It's alright, but keep in mind that the conflicting habits might happen, might be slightly harder if you have multiple roles and just a lot of characters as well, which you play, it might be difficult. So I usually recommend maybe trying to play at the rank where we are as well. I suggest just 1 2 characters enough to start with. Yeah, you can maybe
Mhm.
do the Doctor Strange, can pick up on the other character and to play those two. I think it's gonna be fine for the most part, because what matters right now, I think, is going over fundamental stuff more, and later you can start polishing concepts, you can look into more advanced stuff and such, you can add more characters to our pool as well. But yeah, you can definitely, it's doable to climb on just even one character. Especially when there are
Yeah.
no bans as well. There's no bans and the silver 2 currently, so yeah.
Mhm. Okay.
Okay.
And one last thing I'll mention is I've optimized all my settings, so I'm getting around casually around 200 FPS. Sometimes it's 180
That's
ish.
good.
So
That's really good. Nice. Nice. Yeah, I think this should be big helper. I think if you have around even just higher than 100, it's good. In Mario Wireless, I think it's really nice for the most
mm,
part, because it's a new game. The performance wise, I don't think it's fully optimized yet, but yeah, I think they're gonna
no.
be optimizing and optimizing. But yeah, I think it's good. FPS wise, definitely nice. Right. Let's watch a replay then. Let's start with just going over the goals for the character, and we can do a game, I think, if we have time. Is it sounds good with you?
But yeah, no, that's perfect.
Perfect, perfect. Yeah. Okay, let's screen share. I am screen sharing my screen. Can you see it?
I can, yeah.
Perfect. And do you want to start with the replay you just sent me?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
that
So
sounds good
this
to me.
one. Okay, let's see. I think
I think it's
it's
got a space at the end
yeah,
of
yeah,
what you
that's
copied.
why. That's why. Give me one second. Okay, so here we go. Yeah, 20 minutes competitive Master Racer.
So, yeah. Uh, just to clarify, it's Master as on that one. It's a lot of people get confused with it, especially Americans, because there's not a double R.
Oh, I see. Okay, okay. No,
Don't worry about it.
uh,
My friends take the make out of me all the time for it.
it's fine. It's fine. It's all right. Okay, so this map, and yeah, I'll just load it a little. Okay, we got Loki, Magneto, Hela, Cloak and Dagger, and Moon Knight. Okay, what's your thought process in here as Doctor Stranger? What are you looking to do? Anything specific?
uh, Yeah, so what I was trying to do was at the start here get cover closer to the doors just to try and get intel about who is on their team and then feed that back to the team. And then I would use the cover where the shrine is on the left to shoot them now and then. And then if I'm getting overwhelmed, retreat slightly with confidence that my healers behind me will be healing me.
Sure. Why do you start here? Why not anywhere else? Why just keep playing this position?
I've just found it's quite good to see how many characters are coming out.
Mhm.
And I, the problem that I've had when I've gone the left-hand side of the shrine is that a lot of the times the healers can't see you, and you
Exactly.
don't want the healers to be too close into the opponent's terrain.
Exactly. Exactly. Okay. So we just don't want to be separated. We want to contribute to the main fight, but I think the main problem, and this is what you might find with tanks, yeah, why I think it might be difficult sometimes to absorb a lot of pressure is you need to find right cover, you need to find a good corner to play at,
Mhm.
and let's just play it out first. I think let's see how the fight develops first, but yeah, there are few problems I see with those kind of positions. I will explain a little bit later. Let's just watch. Okay, so this is good initial poke, right? And then eventually, yeah, like you mentioned, you go back and trying to just maybe use a shield there as well. Little tax is always nice, kind of trying to shoot, use the shield, yeah. So there's this stuff. It's just you don't have the downtime between the shots, so it's nice. Okay. Generally speaking, it feels like you guys just maintain the space really good. The enemy, they not spinning out, taking angles, but there might be some difficulties. Yeah, so exactly when this happens, yeah, and
Yeah.
the higher rank you play, the more it's gonna be, and that's what I have the problem with
Okay.
when you start at this position. It's just really hard for you to control all these angles. You might get surrounded easily. So to keep it simple, let's just try to first, when you have some sort of cover, we need first. I think it's good line of sight, sure, if you want to see the enemy team, that's fine with me, but try to have the piece of cover so you're able to minimize the amount of threats you deal with. So in a way, if I'm here at this position, at this corner, potentially the enemy have a choice to attack me from here and maybe go up there and maybe to attack me from here. And what you can do as a tank is, yes, you maintain aggressive corner, but meanwhile also try to minimize the threats and also keep an eye on where can I play with my high ground options. Yeah, what are my high ground options? Maybe some sort of verticality. So, like you mentioned, maybe you can scout, or maybe you can just try to put more effective pressure as well. So, my
Mhm.
question is, where could you be if you want to minimize the amount of threats and use the high ground as well? Where could you stay? What?
So I probably would say where Magneto is a bit more to the left potentially, so that way
Hmm.
you're getting cover behind the building in front.
Yeah, so one of this high grounds potentially. Okay. What do you think? Okay, what if your team plays more aggressively? What if they play more aggressively towards this space over here? Then what? Then where could you play in this case? If they literally trying
Um,
to go around the corner like you do.
okay. If my team was or their team,
Yeah, they your team, sorry. Mm-hmm.
our team, I suppose behind the wall here,
Yeah, right
just near
there.
the bottom south bit. Yeah.
Possibly, yeah. So see, this is exactly what I want you to look for. At any point of time, you trying to utilize the position. So first, verticality gives you better line of sight, and another, we're trying to also minimize the threats. We're just trying to contribute to the fight, but we're not exposing ourselves too much. And what it does as well, those kind of good corners, it allows you to stay alive in the angle, stay on the angle longer, and absorb effective pressure. So let's just watch more. Let's just watch some of the fights, see how this develops. But this is what exactly might happen. Somebody takes an angle, and
Mhm.
they because they can suit your backline as well, and maybe you don't have the best position to see them. Sometimes it might be difficult. We can see, yeah, they got I think, yeah, this up left position, they instantly once they there might make some difficulties. It's good that you're shooting them there, but it's even better if you just have those verticality positions right away. You can't even set up here where he has been at the start. Of course, keep in mind that this is destructible. This is something what can
Yeah.
yeah, this is something what the enemy can destroy, but yeah, you can always do that at any point of time. Okay, now you guys got advantage, we can push, take slightly more space, that's alright, yeah, kind of keep shooting from the main day. And again, you can repeat the cycle, just thinking, how do I set up so I'm not as exposed in a way? Well, maybe if there's not too much cover, you can try to
Mhm.
think, potentially, try to use the payload, but be careful, keep in
Yeah.
mind later, maybe you can try to go towards the high ground in the back, like I mentioned, or maybe we
Mhm.
can try to rotate, go towards that position in the back where your Magneto is. So see, you don't have to exactly play with the rest of your team in the same position. Try to play slightly away as well. This potentially can pull the attention towards your team. I can actually show you an example. I think there was a masterclass. It was from yesterday. I saved some of the good examples for the students, so they're able to just watch and yeah, just able to implement it in their gameplay. I saved some Doctor Strange examples. So a good
Okay.
examples, Marvel Rivals, Doctor Strange. This one is on YouTube. So this video, okay, just gonna take some
Mhm.
time to load
Okay. Yeah,
this.
I'll watch that. Just for awareness,
Mhm.
what I've been watching, Flats and Boga as
Nice.
well.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to pick up things, from what they're doing as well.
Yeah, this is great. I think a lot of the concepts, it's kind of, you can find a lot of the best players, it's kind of universal. In my opinion, I think there's quite a lot, even at the top tier, you don't see
Mhm.
people utilizing map control quite well. I think it's kind of old days to know which one. They've been playing stacked together, and there's no reason to do so. In FPS shooter, you still gotta try to take different angles of attack, if it makes sense. It's what you wanna do more on any of the characters. So see, I want to, so two ideas so far. Yeah, high grounds and making sure that you also able to just minimize your hitbox. You're able to try to just deal with one. Let's just call it, yeah, deal with one angle at a time. For example, so
Mhm.
this might be a little bit low quality. Okay, I'm just gonna raise it up a little, but hopefully I'm just gonna go back a little. Hopefully that makes sense. So of what happens there, they just finished the TP. They finished the TP
Mhm.
up on the left. It's usual rotation, and after we can try to think what do we do with our pressure. And see, because we have this verticality, we have this high ground. Well, it's not only they have to stay with the team. In reality, it's not true. Maybe they can even just play by themselves, but keep using the corners. Just keep using the minimizing the hitbox this way, and see what they're actually gonna do is some of their members, they will try to go right, they will try to take the position on the right later, and they will keep playing left side and keep using the high ground. So they notice, okay, they go right, and we can wait
Mm.
slightly and try to pick out later and see, because you are doing this, you're distracting an enemy team to look at you, while some of your members, they also can shoot from the right, and that's what you'll notice you will do a lot with your position on any tank. You're trying to distract, but your defensive resources is mostly for yourself, and corners, just keep an eye on what do I play, is real good. Okay, so this idea does make sense so far, or any questions about it?
Yeah. I've not seen anyone split off like that so far on that map. So,
Yes,
uh,
yes.
but that is very good.
the
Yeah, I like
more
that.
the more people play, the more you'll see it. By the way, the one we watched, it's Fincy, or Watch League player, and they're top
Mhm.
15 currently on the tank. So I think
Okay.
they implementing the concepts from Overwatch pretty well. It's I think at the high rank, even people just stack up together, for no reason. That's something you can instantly pick up on and be so good at. So you can climb in the ranks instantly, in my opinion. So right now, verticality and deal with one angle at a time. Where do you go?
So if I wanted to deal with one angle at a time,
Yeah, potentially.
uh,
Hmm.
potentially I would either go onto the building near the food van, or
Hmm.
potentially I would go to the right up this tower and look downwards.
Sure. Yeah, possibly. Yeah, so one of these positions, I think, why not? Even from here, you could see, again, there's no perfect answer, but imagine how impressive it would be, and the enemy's crosshairs, well, you just making them look at this direction, and then this here, making it so much harder for them to effectively shoot. You turning their attention around, and it might seem like a little bit counterintuitive, because yes, you can shield your team as well, but if you have the best proactive position, where attention goes to you first, then your team will not need the shield. It's kind of similar to, if you remember, Overwatch Reinhardt players. Yeah, you don't want to
Mhm.
shield your team as Ryan. You want to shield yourself. You just want to go take the proactive position, and all the attention goes to you, and you survive. By the way, I've been playing. I think the Ryan was one of my first heroes, and I got top 10 with the Ryan. I remember it was pretty
Excellent.
fun. Yeah. On tank, currently, I've mostly played Thor in Marvel Rivals because I like the kid, but yeah, same
Mhm.
ideas really apply. Real nice. Okay, So imagine how easier it's gonna be to also hold space if we just on upright and maybe even just sitting there. Of course, if the building is gonna be destroyed, well, happens. But you remember, you also have flight ability, so you can use that to set
Mm.
up on verticality. That's what I'd recommend to do as
Yep.
well. This is what a lot of people, they just have this ability sitting for forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this kind of gonna be nice micro for you to add maybe as well.
I think in the case of that game there, I think the problem that I had, well,
Mhm.
not a problem, was that obviously we've got Moon Knight who's flanking, and we've got two healers, potentially. Loki is also doing damage,
Mhm.
but I don't think I saw Hela, so I don't know if she was flanking. So obviously I was looking around when I dropped down, and I didn't see anyone around. So I'm pushing with Magneto around there. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, she's okay. She's yeah okay. So she must have potentially come back later. But yeah, so that's one of the problems that I have. My mindset, is like, do I take an angle? Because if I do, obviously I'm getting concentration, but I've just got to trust in my team that they will, do damage from a different side, if that
Mhm.
makes sense.
Yeah,
Which
makes sense to
sometimes
me.
I find it quite hard.
Yeah, yeah, no, that makes sense to me. But the thing is, you don't have to trust your team to do stuff. So the thing is, and it's for any character. And instead of just trying to maybe anticipate what your team might do, might not do, try to visually confirm what the possibility for them, what they possibly can do on the field. And what do you see based on this picture? What do you see where they can do damage and what kind of area they can do something?
Mm.
What it feels like. What do you see? Maybe we can go back
Well,
to your
look,
POV. Maybe you can go to third view. It's fine. Give me just 1 second. Okay, so third view, where they can do damage at the moment.
Hela can at least do damage to people poking in front near the payload. Obviously, she may be able to see.
Let's just try to simplify. Let's just try to simplify.
Okay,
What area most of your teammates seems like they're able to be active at, where they can be effective with their range. You don't have to specify for micros. Just watch. Okay, maybe it's this. Let's say the area in the back. Maybe this area over here, or maybe something else. Where it seems that their sightlines are sort of where they're able to do pressure.
so Uh, the people on the right hand side can obviously do near the payload
Mm-hmm.
at the moment from where their position is, and Moon Knight looks like he's going to do the similar thing, but when he jumps on top. I personally, I probably would have Hella a bit closer, but
Yeah,
that's
but
just
again, we cannot control everything, right?
no,
So it's
no.
fine. Yeah, so see, I would just simplify. Yeah, again, you see where the sidelines of your teammates are. You know they're fighting for this corner. That's good enough. That's it. You don't have to micromanage. So you can just
Mhm.
fight for this corner, and to be confident that your team's fighting for this corner, we just need to look around. Just look around and check and see if your teammates are actually ready to do stuff. I think, and you take the corners accordingly. Yeah, so we gotta take the space, take the positions accordingly. Yeah, and that's why you actually will know, this is actually okay position for me to be at. So you're not confused anymore. And of course, there are times when your team, they're not gonna kill stuff, they're not able to do stuff. But what matters is you just watch where they have opportunity to do something, and then
Mm.
you be active there. That's it. And you might die, maybe yes, maybe your teammates will die, maybe they mess up, but as long as you do that, I think it's gonna be okay. Does it make sense?
Yeah, no, that makes
Yeah.
sense. Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. And we're using corners accordingly. Yeah, so we're minimizing the threats, going from one corner to another, and contributing on this good area. Yeah, so this is gonna be our third idea, contributing to the perfect area. Okay, let's keep watching. So going for the ultimate. By the way, the good setup also allows you, helps you with the battle ultimate. I think this got quite many, and it's just decent in terms of,
Mm.
well, I can can do something, but you can also think, well, if I get more verticality, maybe I try to set up, I don't know, even go up there, or maybe try to go up on this one, and then later ult. This makes it easy because the enemy, again, they have to split their resources, and your engagement is not as linear in a way. It's gonna be difficult for them to punish you. That's fine though. Yeah, and especially with the Doctor Strange ultimate, you might notice that the higher tier you go, maybe if you watch somebody like Flats, yeah, the ultimate's getting shut in. It's easy to shut down with the CC, so we gotta be
Mhm.
careful. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine. Yeah, I think I would definitely start with just the position corners position. Okay, so again, where could you be? Where could you go?
Yeah, so I could either go on the building in front of me on the left, and look down that side, or I could be on the building on the right, looking downwards.
Possibly,
I
yeah. Try this out, and see with those. By the way, with those buildings, and just in general as positions, the more you play, the easier it's gonna for you to see what is valuable, what's actually doing stuff. Yeah, I highly encourage you to experiment and see what works
Mhm.
for every map, because there's no like exact answer. There are multiple answers what could be right, but fundamentally, if you got a kit of the character where you can take some verticality and you're good at holding space, you have to do that. You have to do that more for sure. Yeah. Any questions? Any questions so far?
No questions yet, no?
Okay, perfect. So I know there's kind of quite a lot of just more fundamental stuff, but yeah, I think we can just watch one more fight, and maybe we can even try to do a game on this. So it's just gonna be easy to practice and apply those fundamentals first. So if you want, we can watch the what more. Let's watch this fight here. Yeah, so for example, we could be on the top left. I think it might be a good start. I think the pressure wise, yeah, sure, shooting the back line is nice. You're just not prioritizing the tank as much. You need to prioritize the follow-up, but it's also easier for you to destruct the follow-up if you have the better positions, in my opinion. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, some text as well. It seems that yeah, it's good. Just kind of shield melee or shield and shoot. Shield and shoot. Yeah, exactly. All right. Hey, holding space, pretty okay. Yeah. Yep. Okay. I'm curious. Maybe let's watch the second point. You have the more verticality here, so you can think how we can take it to our advantage. Yeah. So potentially, where we could be is one of this one is almost get destroyed, but still, you can try to, if you have time, even sitting on one of those pillars, or maybe you can start over here on the right side, can be just fine, to be honest. Just start with that, and for the area, look around and check. My team is ready, okay? Sort of, yeah, you don't have to exactly be too specific. Let's say, yeah, maybe you like somebody closer, yeah, sure, but kind of watch where most of my team is fighting, and you're gonna be good. Yeah, you're gonna be just fine. So see if, for example, you decide to fight, just go on all the way left angle here, and maybe you get a lot of pressure on your face. Might be, for example, if I'm fighting this area, might be not as good yet because my team is still just kind of fighting this. It's where your Moon Knight is ulting. So that's how you wanna think about that. You just kind of keep fighting the areas where the most of the stuff is happening as a tank, and you start absorbing pressure there. So see, this one you don't have to go all the way left, even though it's okay-ish, I think, but you can just try to maybe still play the left position, but who knows, just try to shoot from here, for example, or you can also try to
Okay.
even use the right doorway, just as an example. Okay,
Yeah.
does all of it make sense so far, or anything you want to
Yeah.
ask?
No, that makes sense. What I tend to do as Doctor Strange, you see the rock in front of you. I
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
tend to
Kind of
try
look
and
around.
keep that as cover, so
This is good.
I normally stand next to it and then keep weaving in and out. But uh, then you talked about that building to the left. Well, it doesn't have much cover, does it? So I suppose from that side, my only concern would be I'll have to practice and try it out, but there's not much you can cover
Yeah,
behind.
yeah. You
Um,
usually, let's say the rock is usually fine, I think, or like let's say the cover where it's destructible.
Mhm.
especially you want to be careful around that one too. But if this is undestructible, I think it's really nice. Just keep contributing to the area where most of your team is fighting. This is
Okay.
the main thing. It's really nice. Yeah. But this one makes sense. Yeah. Do you want to try
Mhm.
to do a game? Maybe just try to apply some of the stuff. Let's just watch how you play doing live,
Yeah.
or
Yeah. I'm happy with that.
yeah, let's do that. Let's do
Let
that.
me assign.
You can play and screen share. Let's watch.
Okay.
Right. So I would just focus on one concept, either whatever you wanna lean towards more. So we got one. It's try to use more verticality and you just use your shift to set up. Yeah. Another thing is corners. Well, let's say deal with one angle at a time. And
Mhm.
another one is contribute with the rest of your team. Make sure you fight with the rest of your team. So you need to look around a little bit more. So what you
Okay.
would pick? What do you want to practice more?
I think initially maybe corners. I think that's probably gonna be more helpful.
Let's do that. Yeah, let's do that. So we're gonna be moving from corner to corner, deal with one angle at a time at all times. Let's see how that goes.
Mm.
I think it's gonna be good. Right.
So I'm just loading it up there.
Yeah, yeah. Take your time.
So whereabouts are you from? Is it Germany?
Oh, I'm from I'm in Europe. I'm not in Germany currently, but yeah, it's the time zones are similar. I and you're from US, right?
No, I'm from the UK.
Oh, UK. Okay, okay, perfect. Yeah, so we definitely, I think, should be more comfortable with EU times. I think most of my students, because they are from US and we have the timings, it's just usually for me it's evening, and that's how we have
Mm.
the sessions. We usually have the sessions in the evening. Oh, by the way, are you screen sharing right now? Let's see.
Uh,
You
it
need.
is just loading up at the moment. It's won't be long.
Oh, okay, okay. Take your time. Yeah. If there are gonna be some difficulties, maybe with a screen share, I think we can just lean towards water view later on, but it's fine because
No,
I think
there
the.
shouldn't be any issues.
All right, yeah. Just sometimes for some people the game is pretty heavy in terms of screen shares, so yeah, we can just do quick
Okay,
play, for example. We can try out stuff there.
okay.
Let's see how that goes. Okay, so corners, dealing with one angle at a time. That's a good start. Let's do it. By the way, we can kind of include high grounds in that category too, because realistically, high ground is some sort of corner as well. It's just more horizontal cover for you,
Mhm.
but yeah, just try to kind of be regular, use regular corners as much as possible, move from one cover to another, isolate
Okay.
threats. Yeah, deal with one angle at a time. Okay, we got some of the Black Panther, Winter Soldier, sure.
If I'm trying to attack from ranged aspect
Mm-hmm.
and I get my E maxed out, should I still just? I suppose I still take the angle and leave the E.
Yeah, so see with your E, because it does damage only when somebody gets close. How to force somebody
Hmm.
get close is exactly by taking angles like what we mentioned. Yeah, if you take high ground, there's a bigger chance somebody goes on you because you stay on the top and then you use your E to secure the spot. Yeah, you kind of force these guys to go on you instead of keeping your range exactly. Yeah, so
Hmm.
the range is the factor, but how deep your angle can be, it depends on yeah, depends on you. So you can use your shift to just get on deeper angles sometimes. So that's how I would do it. Yeah, just wait for the guys to pressure you, and you will be using your E, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Just do this one angle at a time, and you don't have to stack with your team as well. Yeah, you can keep playing the somewhere on off angle in the way. Okay, yeah, got some setup on top. That's good. And now start applying pressure on the anybody at the back line and such. Yeah. Okay, so if they're gonna be, if they're contesting you, you can also use the E later. It's gonna be alright, but yeah. Okay, if you're out of range, also don't hesitate to get close. It's fine. You can retake your position. Yeah. All right. Nice, good. Just deal with Black Panther and you're good. Yeah, nice.
To be honest, I've not been the top of this map. This is new to me.
Yeah, yeah. You will learn the spot. See how much damage you can do at the start of the fight from here too. It's really nice. Early poke. Why not to play here? Of course, later we can draw, but you also force an enemy team to go on you. This way. Yeah, I highly encourage to experiment, see what works. Right. Stay alive at this point. If you see the have HP, if you have HP, try to move towards your team's line of sight. In this case, like your support's line of sight. But the idea is good. If you're able to maintain the position, it's nice. Attention's been forced quite a lot too, but yeah.
I think from that perspective, because obviously I've not been up there, I didn't realise it cut off. I know that the bottom bit cuts off after 50%, but I didn't know the top bit also cuts off, which was interesting.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so see from here, maybe there's not too much verticality to take. It's fine to break your ways to the spawn. Sorry, to the main, but yeah. Well, can do that as well, okay. Try this out, see how that's gonna go for you. Starting to set up the pressure, sure. Just a little bit difficult with the sidelines, be careful. Anticipate where your supports are.
Oops.
Their team's capture progress has passed the halfway point.
Can try to block, they're gonna go after you. Yeah. Okay, good. You can try to make your way through. If your team is really ready, I think what matters the most, you time the pressure with them. You can kind of walk through even the normal space, yeah? But make sure you kind of go from corner to corner. Yeah. Can fly. Just make sure, I think you get a shield there too. Yeah, because they can shoot you from range. It's alright, okay. Got your ultimate too, by the way. You can think what it can be creative with setup and then use it after.
Oh, not Wolverine.
Oh, it's alright. Okay, we can do the next round kind of initiate with your ultimate. By the way, UTP I think can become really handy with the just how you set up. Yeah, you can try to go towards the cover. This way you deal with one angle at a time, take some sort of high ground. That's what you usually see as well, probably. If you watch the, like I mentioned, yeah, watching plots and such, Bogger, you have to do this quite a lot. Okay. Yeah, you might maybe even start with your TP if you want. You can try this out because you got ultimate already, so there's no benefit to wait. You can initiate pretty much. Yeah.
Should I wait like 10 seconds or so before initiating,
can.
so that they get on the point and then?
Yeah, you can be patient. You can kind of walk a little and then start using your TP, or use your TP right away, or yeah, you can ask your team. Yeah, if they're not TPing, it's fine. You can at least set up TP for yourself. Because you trying to ult, yeah? Go for some sort of, this some creative play from the high ground is always good. Alright.
Because normally I do wait slightly, but is it best to push beforehand? I suppose so.
Try this out. Nice, looks decent enough.
Mission area is yours.
Your powers are mine!
Okay, good control on the top there too. If you need, you can give up the top, but it's just only if you don't have the range. So if you don't, so see that
So I can't
Scarlet
get
Witch.
Scarlet, yeah.
Yeah. So if you can't get Scarlet, then you drop and you move from somewhere else. Of course, verticality is needed, but not always. You have to stay there. Okay. So see, for now, by the way, there's a little thing you can do. You could push up and shoot and go back on top too, as well. That's also possible. Because you have your shift back by the time when the fight starts. I like the idea though. You can definitely position around this side more. Why not? Yeah. So see, now you can push, but take the position later. Like, see, basically push with your
So,
team. Yeah. You can even push the
downwards.
yeah, it's fine. So see, it's always kind of
Okay.
the cycle of I'm going from here. You just didn't need to use your shift, but you push here, and then you could go back up on the top again. Because you have big advantage, so it's possible. Okay. That's alright.
Doctor Strange is
Okay.
gone.
We can find a setup first. So see what are your options. Yeah, where can you go? Nice. Oh no, it was
Should have
Yeah.
shield.
yeah. I was pretty sure that I'll get it.
Yeah, it's because I just used the shield against Wolverine 1 second, so I can press
That's
it.
okay. No, it's
Oh.
it's fine. Yeah, no, I get it.
The one thing I will say is that I feel like I'm being less aggressive now. Normally, I would have a higher amount of kills, but I suppose
Yeah.
I've got to remember it's not that aggression that I need to do as a tank.
Yeah, so see, you can push up, so you just need to kind of add this access to a step. You can push up when you got an advantage, and you have basically like big tempo going on, and you can try to take space. But later you can set up again around where the
Okay.
main fight is. Yeah, but it's good to just constantly put up the pressure, of course. Yeah, so see, for example, now you got a lot of big advantage. You can keep pushing. You don't even need to set up. But then when the fight breaks in later, when the 5v5 starts, you can sit on the one of the high grounds again. It's fine. But now you can keep poking, actually. Yeah, you can keep the just pushing anybody because they don't have numbers. Yeah, you could be...
Oh.
It's alright.
You'll have to keep fighting until we
Can he? I've not tried it. If I use my ult against forgot his name, the one with the
Punisher?
turrets.
Punisher? Yeah.
Punisher, that's it. Yep. Will he CC that? I know he has a lot of different things he can do to not come out of his ultimate form.
Yeah, so you're saying, yeah, well, I think Punisher, there's no, at least based on what I remember, this is a good question. I definitely can mess up with some of the micros, but from what I know, he's not able to.
Okay.
Yeah, so I can maybe give you an answer later. I can do some testing. Yeah, I will test this out, but I'm sure it's not the case. Yeah, I'll check this later though, because
Yeah.
your ultimate it can be succeeded with a lot of stuff, of course, but I will check.
Mhm.
I'll check. Okay,
Okay.
Somehow I don't think
that's fine though. So see again with the top, yeah, if you have numbers, I think you can definitely push up more, take space, and you can even play in the choke.
Mhm.
It's fine. Yeah, the normal where most of your team is playing. But later the fight starts and you're going for the setup. Try to take the position on somewhere up on the top.
need to do is
It's
capture
fine.
the mission
Okay.
area.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it's shattered, the sword of Fushi is always with me.
Relay deployed. It ain't cheap. They're coming up.
Please, we're hurt.
So see, yeah, great setup on the top, good start, normal 5v5, yeah, and now just watch if you have the range though. If you don't, then you gotta walk to close the sideline, but yeah.
Oh, I can see Wolverine's going to come up to me.
Yes, I see, okay, Spider-Man is on us, it's fine. Even if Wolverine's gonna go on us, it's fine, just make sure you do consistent damage. Yeah, so see, they're trying to actually go on you. Well, you gotta go for the consistent damage though. If you cannot see anybody, just move on the angle and shoot. Yeah, yeah.
I've got a feeling he may have his ult soon. Oh, yeah.
It's alright, that's alright. Yeah, they're quite oppressive. With the Wolverine again,
Yeah.
play around the verticality, that's why I think it's really beneficial. If they maybe grab you, okay, you can go up, back up again, and just set up around the top. Yeah.
This here is something similar to what I was speaking to you beforehand, where if I don't push into the point, a lot of the times you've got like dead time, if that makes sense, where no one's going in the point from our side.
Yeah, so
And I'm
yeah,
not sure if they're just waiting for me to go in as a, as a tank to like support them, or
yeah,
if I need to do anything else.
you can go point, but make sure you go point only once you got enough advantage. So it's mostly like you got enough numbers advantage, then go to point, or maybe yeah, I think numbers good factor to look at. You first of all won the fight, you got their team, and then you start capturing the objective. Okay. Yeah,
It's
fine.
got to be a Loki then, if she's there. I do hear Wolverine below.
Our enemies are near.
Or a dagger.
Ooh.
You can change the angle. Yeah, this one can also be fine.
I am strengthened for battle.
It's definitely difficult. See, mechanically, it feels like more difficult for now, but it's alright. You can always kind of find the enemies on the same level as well. If they contest you on the angle like that, Scarlet Witch, it's definitely the priority.
Mission area. Keep going.
Nice, good. Okay, can initiate with the ultimate in the next fight too. You got UTP up as well.
So normally what I would tend to do is maybe I hold on to my ult a bit too much. What I try to do is get my E ability to 100 before I ult.
Yeah, oh no, yeah, I think it's alright to, it's just, make sure you don't kind of wait for the the perfect opportunity, I think. As I say, it's just, I would definitely, let's say it's nice addition to have the stacks. I just want you to make sure that you ult from the place where you have the good setup. So kind of go on the top and such, and then it's harder for the enemy to also catch you, like for that Jeff.
Okay.
Yeah, it seems there's a little lag for the stream.
Wasn't very nice.
It's alright.
Shaking again. Focus.
Yeah, now it's good. It's good. It's good. It's good to back. Same quality, right?
Doing this my way.
They've almost got it.
Okay. And now you have big advantage. You don't even need to set up. You can just kind of keep pushing the objective, walk forward. Okay, but when the next fight is about to start, yes, it's good to be on top first. You can kind of open up the angle early. Yeah, shoot early. That's all right. From here is good. Yeah. Yeah, the tension goes to you. It's fine. Yeah, if they push you, prepare your E and such. Okay. That looks nice.
Good, this feels empty. Yet somehow
You'll have to keep fighting until we have a winner.
don't mess with the amazing Spider-Man! By the eye of Agamotto!
Fine. Careful when he is on the when he got the shields, might shoot something else as well. Right? It's a nice little spot. You can try to touch if there's nobody it's gonna touch.
Oh,
Yeah. Good, good, good. It's fine, pretty close. Yeah, it's alright. It's alright. Pretty close game to be honest, but I like how we doing stuff. See, you can improve with this first, and then later you can improve with something else, and then there's gonna be something else, and all of it adds up in a value. I think it definitely shows that you need to, when especially using verticality, then some adjustments that you can make with the mechanics. It's gonna take some time to make sure you're consistent with the shots, but as long as you stay in the range and you can just time the pressure right, I think it's fine. And remember, you can also give up the position. Yeah, actually we can summarize. You tell me, so what we got out of today so far. Yeah, so you can tell me what you learned from
yeah.
the session.
Yeah, so from the session, I think the most important thing that I have to adapt to is like moving to places that don't make me be as open. So that way I've got more cover and more control of the map, in which then will allow me to get the opponent to focus on me at a different angle so that the rest of the team can either attack or get to a different place whilst they're concentrating on me.
Makes sense. Makes sense. And making sure that you do it together with your team, you timing the pressure with your team, you kind of shooting the same area, and try to confirm. You just do this little bit of more checking. Okay, check if my team's ready, look around simply, and then fight. Fight later. Okay. And another
Yep.
thing is, when you have numbers, when you have big advantage, you can actually give up the high ground for you, or just any good valuable position. You can actually just try to take space and push. It's alright. It's alright to do so. But later, you can retake it again when the fight is about to start. I know the fight's pretty quick in the Marvel Rivals, but still, I think that's what you can aim to do. Remember, there have been times when the fight is over and your team is pushing the choke. It's fine if you push with them, you constantly shoot. Ideally, was strange because you have so much poke, you constantly have to shoot something, I think. So you notice there's a downtime, and it might be a good signal for you to just check your position. If you have a good position, valuable position at the time, it's either maybe way sometimes not recognizing there's advantage, or maybe you just don't have a good range. Maybe you could change an angle, stuff like that. But I think it's a good habit to start with, just for any tank in general. The setup and fighting after. Yeah, does all of it make sense, or any questions?
No, that makes sense. I just need to put it into practice a bit more.
course.
I can't think of anything that comes to mind really. No. So in terms of like putting this together, then so what you're saying is I should practice this technique. Well, what would be the next stages after I've come a bit more comfortable with that?
Yeah. So the next time and this is what I'm gonna add in the notes, I'm just gonna send those to you.